What are you wearing?
A Canadian Cup hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha and mahalo. It is 4:52 in the morning on the 29th of June, 2023. And before we get started, I want to wish my spouse a very, 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 very special happy birthday today. It is a big number. I don't think she wants me to say it, so I won't, but I will say happy, happy, happy birthday. I hope she hears me and she's in the other room. I got something special planned for her. But hey, neither that's here nor there. It is draft day number 2, rounds 2 through 7. First, the second round should be uneventful for the Blues as they do not have a pick. However, they have 2 picks in round 7. In round 3, and then 1 pick in each round 4 through 7. We will get to those later. First round, we talked about it at length yesterday. I thought the Blues did good. I gave them an A-. I seen some others put them in the A category. I got to give credit to Chicago Blackhawks. They had a very, very good day. Right? Very good day. You just gotta go, wow, man. First of all, the number 1 overall pick, that's great. And then at 19, they get the number 7 ranked pick, and it just I think yesterday was a good day for teams that did not make the playoffs. Teams that made the playoffs didn't have such as good of a day, but we'll talk about that later. I think I talked to Jim. Jim could be popping on here later. He had not planned on being at day 2 of the draft, but because of some other stuff, he is there. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk to Jim, get his, and hope maybe with the day not being so. The all the media there, because the mainstream media is going to be gone. The big guys are going to all be gone, but the little ones will be there, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk to another draft pick or two. Jim thinks that some of the first round guys might still be there, available for some media stuff. So if that's the case, we'll kind of go from there. I am very, very excited to see what happens on day 2. There are some good guys left that you can find, right? One of our best Hall of Famers was around 7th pick. Not ours, but, we still got him and went from there. So, if you're out there, join me today. Just remember it's 5 a.m., so I'm not going to have all that youthful enthusiasm that I normally have. But we'll be here through the end of the draft. This is your chance to talk about what we get and go from there. Talk to me, ask me questions, ask me what you think. You're more than welcome. I enjoy talking to you. I know some of you enjoy talking to me. I think I figured out what happened yesterday. I'm not 100% sure. It felt like I was getting trolled or someone was kicking me out, but I actually was doing something that I was recording the show to my hard drive through StreamYard, and I think that is what causing all the issues, and not what we thought it was. But it sure felt like what we thought it was. So, we'll just kind of go from there and see what happens. It's a live show. You're gonna have issues like that, and we'll just get through them the best we can. We'll work through them and do what we can. It's a great day. We love talking hockey. I know you guys love talking hockey. If you're, I know there's some people that don't like me, and you know what? That's on them. That's fine. You do not have to like me. But be respectful. That's all I ask. Be respectful. Right? I shared the show in a few groups, so maybe somebody will watch. I don't know. I got one watcher. Yay! Probably me. Probably watching my own show. Yep, it was me. Because now I'm not. Oh, well, but I'm here. I'm getting ready for the second round of the draft. See if Jim pops in here. He had said he probably would. There's some good guys. I mean, they're showing it now. Riley Height, Chris Stahl, Lardis, Gauthier, and Brindley. I mean, they all were first-round talents in the second round, and that happens every year. You're going to get them first-round talents that drop because you get somebody like Toronto that doesn't have another pick till the fifth round, and their guy is in the third round, so they get him in the first round. There's been a couple articles out from the beat writers, and one of them basically was there were no trades to be had. It's not like they didn't want to trade. There was nothing that materialized. I'm kind of wondering if the short draft clock had anything to do with that, but looks like Chicago made a trade. I don't know if that, Chicago makes a trade, but it doesn't affect today's draft. Chicago gets Josh Bailey and a 2026 second round pick from the Islanders for future consideration. Basically, that's cash. 5 a.m., so the draft should be starting soon. I will keep my phone close so I can hear what's going on. Erickson Krieger's around. I just seen him like the video. Yay, Erickson! Well, I appreciate that, Erickson. I really do. I'm an acquired taste. I'm like beer. I'm an acquired taste. And I'm just gonna, go over and hear what happens. I'm expecting a trade. I'm definitely expecting trades. How deep into the draft before we get our first trade, I don't know. I just feel like there's a couple of teams that blew it, right? Toronto should have been trading their first round pick, and they should have been trading it a lot earlier. It should have been traded even before, right? You still got a goalie out there that is people. There's teams going to need, right? Some of the teams, like to me, I thought Vegas, big reach with their guy when there was a goalie sitting right there. You can't count on Aiden Hill being that guy forever, right? I mean, look, I'm a Bennington fan, and you know that, but Aiden Hill could be a flash in the pan. It definitely happens. And if you're wondering why I don't have all that, Oh, I'm not all giddy up and go. Is it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's 5:01. So that's going to take a little bit. I can't be, yelling and screaming because there are people still trying to sleep. Quiet hours till 8 a.m. So I got to keep it down just a little bit. Right. I am excited for day 2 because day 2 is when you will find the diamonds in the rough. Right. These are the guys that, haven't matured yet into their game and their bodies. And that's what I love about the draft. I love those guys. Right. And, you look at Martin St. Louis, undrafted. Brett Hull was a 6th or 7th round pick. These guys are Hall of Famers. Right. And that's the neat thing to me. I love that part of the game. Love that part of the game. It's what makes hockey so much fun to me. You just never know, right? There was somebody yesterday that was talking about. I forget who it was. Mentioned they wore number 2 because of Ryan Leaf. I don't know. I don't think it was Bedard, but if it was Bedard, man, wow, could that be telling? Could that be telling? Here's our guys: David Reed, Jason Bakla, Sam. I can't see his name because I have to put. So you guys, my eyesight is really bad. My hearing is even worse. I have captions on, right? So it covers up some of the things that get put on the screen. David Backus was a 2nd round pick. Pavlovsky, 7th round pick. Shea Weber, Patrice Bergeron, Corey Crawford, all 2nd round picks. Yeah, I don't think that there'll be trades until you get a little bit deeper in the round 2. Again, this is, I was wrong about this. A lot of guys said, "Oh, well, guys, it's because it's such a deep draft, and guys are happy with their guys that are there." And I didn't think so, but that's what ended up happening. I was wrong. So we'll see, though. I mean, time will tell. Yeah, Crystal is one of those ones that I was surprised didn't go. Right? If you are watching, say hi. Let me know you're there. I think I got 2. I didn't expect a lot today. I did not expect a lot today, and that's fine. Oh, I'm on the boat. I'm out on the lake with Mr. Shockey. Hey, Shockale. Shockalicious, Shockale, Shockame, Shockaday. Celebrating. He's out in a camper. I don't know, man. When I come home, Shock, if it's not too bad, we got to go camping, man. we got to go out for a day or two, and you got to take me on the boat. Hopefully, I can find some warm clothes. I'd have to stop at a coat factory and pick up some warm clothes. Right. Oh, by the way, I want to say a very, very special thank you to my daughters. I am Michelle and I am Michelle. I am Kathleen and Maya Michelle. I do this all the time. To my daughters, I am Maya. I don't know if they did it on purpose or what, but they ended up getting me this the draft day emblem. The emblem that the players wore on draft day. This is one of my 2 Father's Day hats. I'm very, very ecstatic of what they did. They came in yesterday, and I didn't even know it was coming. So it was a big surprise, big shock. All I can say is thank you very much, Lake Girls. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Oh, excuse me. I'm looking real quick here to see who the winners were from the Athletic. They had the Blackhawks listed, the Flyers listed. We talked about the Flyers a little bit. They had the Rangers listed. I am little. I mean, the Rangers. I would have put them as an over. They had the Avalanche. Oh, I didn't think the Avalanche were. Yeah, I didn't think the Avalanche had that great of a draft. Sabres. Okay. Columbus Blue Jackets. They got lucky. The Sharks. Hurricanes. They put the Blues in as what they called an overtime winner. I thought the Blues had a better day than that. That's my feeling. Oh, 4 people watching. Yay! Don't forget to put them thumbs in the air. Draft should be getting started here very, very shortly. All right. The Ducks are on the clock. Do a quick refresh here. Refresh to be fresh. See, Detroit has the 41st, 42nd, and 43rd picks. They got to trade that, man. That's a little too much there, right? I could see some of that getting traded. One of them's our pick. The 42nd pick would have been our pick, but I think we traded that away for, I forget who it was. So as far as the Blues picks, they have the 10th pick in the 3rd round, the 12th pick in the 3rd round, so 2 picks there. They have the 10th pick in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round. They could find a diamond in the rough in the 3rd. We'll see what happens. If you're watching me, say hello, say good morning. Don't make me be talking all to myself here at 5:11 in the morning. Right. Excuse me. Well, I plan on. I'm going to try and be here for this whole draft, but it's going to be hard. So it's going to be you guys helping me out. So if you're watching, say hi. Let's see what happens, guys. Oh, wow, man. I got to say a big thank you. I just did a refresh. 1,241 views on my article. Thank you so much. That is a huge thank you. Thank you. That is impressive. Thank you so much. Well, here we go. Ducks are going to be on the clock. Niko Majevic is the first pick of the second round. I think this kind of shocked everybody. Number 67 overall prospect from NHL Network. And this guy goes, wow, man, that's a reach. And Brindley goes 34th. Oh, this is quick. Brindley's finally off the board. That's two. Michigan's going down to Columbus. Now the Blackhawks are on the clock. Hey, Matt Lowe, how you doing, man? Our next pick is 74th, I think, the 10th of the third round. Oh, the Blackhawks take the goaltender, Adam Garjan. Right, good. That's actually a pretty good pick for them. Man, they're having a draft. They're having a good offseason. Right? They're having a very good offseason. Right? So San Jose is now on the clock. These are going to go fast. This round will probably be 30 minutes. And there we go. The Sharks get Kasper Hopnen, right wing out of Finland. Right? Europeans had a big day. Europe had a big day in the draft yesterday. That's for sure. Right? OTA is finally off the board. Tampa Bay's got a good one. Yeah, see, these are going quick. Probably every minute. You're going to hear a lot about Swiss Army knives in the second round. That happens a lot. Right? So the first 5 picks, the Ducks take Nico Migovic. Columbus gets Gavin Brindley out of Michigan, Big Ten. The Blackhawks get their goalie in Adam Gajan. The Sharks take Casper Holtman. I can't pronounce. I'm terrible with these names. And Tampa Bay gets Ethan Gauthier. Michael Raubel goes to Arizona. Oh, big, tall kid. Wow. Yeah, that's a big, tall kid. It is 5:18, bud. 5:18. How you doing this morning, Matt Lowe? 6'7". Six foot. I just looked at him as a big kid. Michael Hobro. That's a goalie. 6'7" goalie. Get him. Get him. That's the second goalie taken. Could be a little bit of a run on them. Buffalo takes Anton Wahlberg out of Sweden. They got our Swede. They took our Swede. Oh my goodness! I thought we had a run on all the Swedes. Right? I saw a thing from, I think it was The Athletic, how sweet it is. And my headline that I was working on was lose Swede through the first round. Chris Stahl is off the board. Capitals take him. Not a bad pick. First round talent in the second round for a team like the Caps. Yep. And with the number 9th pick, they take Trey Oskatine. Another goalie. So there's the third goalie off the board. Like I said, I thought there'd be a run on him now. Once, it's like with defensemen yesterday. Once one came off the board, didn't matter where he was, the other one started coming. Got to get our defenseman. Right? Now, this is our pick that Detroit got from us for one of our trade. I think it was the Leddy trade. Yep. This is our pick that they're picking now. They're on the phone, so there could be a trade. Nope. No, there could be a trade. Could be a trade. Blinking. What's happening? Hey, Craig Moss. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're about to get our first trade. Oh, no, they took a pick. Andrew Gibson, a defenseman, 6'3", 202 pounds. Big kid, man. I'm 6'2". I weigh 225, so I gotta get down to my hockey weight. NHL had him at 54, but hey, you know, not too much of a reach. Hey, if you're watching, say hi. Come on. So number 43, the 11th pick of the second round, is also Detroit. They're on the phone again. I think once the trade, I mean, as we've seen, once one thing happens, that kind of there's a run on them, like we saw with defensemen yesterday and goalies. There's the first trade. Nashville goes on the clock. They get 2 picks, 47 and 147, and there's our first trade. Yay! Trade, trade, trade! We got a trade! Oh, and they were quick. Nashville picked, I didn't hear who they said. Felix Nilsson. My guess is he was on another Swede, and he was on somebody else's board. Maybe Chicago or Buffalo. See, I could see, especially when they had the 46 pick, he was on somebody else's board. That's why they jumped up. So they traded the 47th, but they also have the 46. So they had a back-to-back. Roman Kastornoff, boy, that kid's got thinning hair already. Or maybe it's just a light. They take a 17 or 18-year-old from Russia. 5'9", 176, shoots left. Well, I'm here. Are you? Are you watching? Buffalo takes Maxim Sturbick out of the USHL. The U.S. players. I mean, we're starting to show that we know what we're doing. '46, the Predators get Kellen Lund from the WHL. Where are we at? So, I mean, they're running through these picks, which is good. Hopefully, we might be able to get one or two of them or get something. I mean, now it's going to be easier to get interviews. The development teams, I mean, they're really getting looked at now. All right, now here's Detroit with the pick they just traded, with the pick they got in the trade. Windy, I sent you a link if you can come on. If you can't, Windy, I'd understand. The Hawks have had a good day, man. Good draft so far. They're on the clock. Yeah, I sent you a link, bud. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Another under another U.S. development program. Brady Cleveland. We're not worthy. 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 What a day the had, and it continued today.
Oh yeah,
right. I gave the Blackhawks one today. I thought they got a solid A to an A plus for me for yesterday. When you pick up, first of all, Bedard, okay, that's the easy one. No big deal. They just picked up Bedard. Huh?
They ended up getting a steal at 19.
And then the steal at 19, that sealed it. Right? That sealed it for me. I don't know why he dropped so far, but
I had him going 8th overall in the draft.
Yeah. The three teams that I thought had the best day were Chicago, St. Louis, and Detroit.
Yeah.
Right? St. Louis the Blues got good picks in all three spots. They didn't really overreach. They took two Swedes that were a little lower than what they were ranked, but they were the guys they were looking at, and it was close enough that I'm like, okay, you got what you wanted. And now, you remember we had you on, and we were talking about Alex Steen coming in as a development guy for Europe for the Blues, and I kind of said that was much to do about nothing. And your camera is really blurry right now, bud.
Is it?
Say again?
1 second. I'm fixing it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just letting you know. Edmonton makes a trade, but this is it's a cash consideration, so not affecting this draft, I don't think. Kyler Yamamoto. Clint Kostin. Wow. Kostin goes to the Red Wings for Yamamoto. Or Yamamoto and Kostin go to the Red Wings for cash.
Wait,
right?
They traded Yamamoto for future considerations, basically.
Yep. Happy birthday. Let's see where we at in the. So we got Brady Cleveland with Detroit. Morin goes to Calgary at 48. 49 is Danny Nielsen, and at 50, Seattle gets Carson. And oh man, I'm going to kill this name. Rayclough. And guess who's on the clock? Guess who's on the clock? That's better. Not great, but better. But he's frozen.
Oh, hang on.
Can you hear me? Oh, Chicago trades their pick. So we have a trade. I didn't hear what the trade was, but Chicago traded that 51st pick to Philadelphia, and Philadelphia takes a goalie, Carson Bar. Oh man, screw it! Somebody help! 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 That's a good pick for Philly. Philly needed a goaltender. I mean, they have Hart, but Hart he doesn't have the backup. They need somebody to help him out. I didn't hear what the trade was, though. $52, Oscar Fisker-Molgaard for Seattle. And we're just zipping through this draft. If you're there, say hi and join me. Let me know that you're talking and watching. Yeah, I guess, wow, that really is a shocker to me. Hey, Wendy.
All right. Yeah, the Yamamoto trade, I would have thought Edmonton would have wanted something for him, even though I heard they wanted to buy him out the other day. But that's a bad trade for Edmonton. Yamamoto's a good player.
I like Yamamoto. I really like Yamamoto and
We
Costin
flipped
with
picks,
young talent.
basically, Matt.
Costin with young talent.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll
I was
finally,
actually
you know.
hoping,
Say again.
I
I
was
didn't hear what you
honestly
said, bud.
hoping Yamamoto would have. I was hoping Yamamoto would have went to free agency by them buying him out, and the Hawks would have signed him because he would have been a perfect fit in Chicago.
All right. Well, the Hawks are on the clock right now. Jacob Dvorak goes number 54 to the LA Kings, and Rumpus Kumpeling goes 53, a center to the Wild.
Let's see what Kyle from Chicago has going for himself right now.
Yeah, I don't know what the trade was.
Did you
I
not
didn't get
see
to
what
see it.
happened?
Say again.
We traded basically picks.
Picks.
We end up getting a fourth rounder with it.
Okay. You flopped
If I
third
remember.
rounders or flopped second rounders and added a fourth.
No, we ended up getting. I believe that's how it went.
Martin Misak
Here's the.
from Slovakia.
Ooh, yes. This is a pick I like. I like him.
Misak?
He's a good. Yeah, this is a good pick by the Hawks. Right winger that they could use. Yeah, he didn't put up a lot of points, but he's a solid pickup for the Hawks. I like this one.
Oh, did you hear the NHL is there's a trade that they're blocking because they say that somebody's Carolina's circumventing the cap.
Yeah, it was the Philadelphia versus Carolina trade for Tony DeAngelo.
Yeah, they're blocking that because it was within a year.
Yep, that is a rule in place.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm actually
So Bo Aki goes to the Oilers at 56. See, this is the one when you get these future considerations, I think that it should always be a minimum of a draft pick. Right?
I'm okay with trading away future considerations for today for what the Hawks did because Josh Bailey has one of the worst contracts in the NHL, and the Hawks are getting a second round pick out of it too.
Yeah.
The Hawks get Josh Bailey and a second for future considerations.
And that's basically, I mean, it's cash. It's usually cash.
Or nothing.
You never hear about what the future considerations are.
It's usually nothing. They tend to not trade cash.
Right. Well, that's just what happened with Costin and Yamamoto.
It was just future considerations.
No, cash considerations.
Did it say cash considerations?
It said cash considerations. They traded them for money.
The Hawks was future consideration, so the Hawks traded nothing for him.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was weird that there was zero trades on the draft floor.
Actually, I've read a couple of things about that. Everybody was happy with what was out there, and they didn't see the reason to But there's a couple of teams that absolutely should have traded. Right.
I will tell you this: Kyle Davidson was working the phones immediately as soon as he got back to his draft table after drafting Connor Bedard. Davidson was working the phones to move up to try and draft Oliver Moore much earlier in the draft.
Yeah, he ended up not needing to.
Yeah.
Right. No. So me, the big thing here is. There's two teams. My Fs. I had two Fs, right? And they were both late Fs. But I gave an absolute solid F minus or F plus, or whichever way you want to look at what's lower, to Toronto. right?
Yeah.
And you cannot take the 88th ranked pick with your number one pick. Even though you don't have a pick to the 5th round, you got to trade that. You got to trade into the 2nd or 3rd round. You got to find a trade partner, and you should have been finding a trade partner long before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you basically, yeah, there were either that or you take the best available guy and then you wait to see who trades for your guy or who picks your guy and then go there. Right? My other F went to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's a goalie, the goalie you guys got sitting right there. And you can't sit there and count on Hill, who's been in the league 5 years, who caught lightning in a bottle, being your goalie of the future. You got to build.
Thompson.
Say again?
Vegas does have a good young goalie in Logan Thompson as well.
Yeah, but again, I'm sorry. I just think that with Adam Grosjean sitting there at the the 32nd pick, and you really needing a goalie, you want to win. You just learned that you win a cup with a goalie, right? Yeah. I think that was a swing and a miss on them.
I will tell you this: I was honestly shocked the Hawks took a goalie with their first of their 4 second rounders to start the draft, and I like who they ended up getting because he was really good in the World Juniors this year.
They got the number 1 ranked goalie on the board.
I didn't see a lot of him play, but I know he's a good goalie. Nope. And it's a good pickup for the Hawks.
No, it's a great pickup, and they got him at the right spot because if they would have waited, he'd been gone. Right? I think they got the first because as soon as they picked him, all the goalies came off the board. So, right?
Yep.
Columbus had a decent draft yesterday.
They did.
I mean,
they ended up getting
this on
Adam Fantelli.
Yeah.
They passed on him.
Yeah, but the thing is they got. I was listening to NHL Network and they were saying that they had a bunch of wingers, so they just didn't need it. Or a bunch of centers, so they just didn't need another center. Yeah. But they took a center. Right? So, I don't know. Right? I do not know. There were just no trade partners yesterday. No one wanted to leave their spots. No one. See, I felt St. Louis should have taken 29 and 25 and gotten Benson before he went to Buffalo, and Buffalo ruined him.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Matlow. This draft, man, they're flying through this first round. Or the second round, I mean.
That's usually how it is.
Right.
There still really haven't been a lot of trades so far.
2 trades in the second round.
Yeah, I know. Usually you start seeing. Okay, here we go. Time to upload this video.
Right.
I have videos rendering all at one time.
So at 64, height finally goes up. God, he was expected to go in the first round, and he goes in the last pick of the second round. That's a shocker there. Right? He was the best available going into the day, and he goes all the way down to 64th. That's a shocker to me. Right? Actually, Jurevich is still on the board. I can't beve he hasn't gone yet. Right? He hasn't gone yet, has he? No. Oh no, he did. He did. I'm sorry. He went 25th. He went 25th in the second round to Seattle.
Guy, I will be back. I have to upload it.
No problem. No problem. We'll see you, bud. So you got just me now for a little while as we'll get ready to go into the third round. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Didn't need to see that. Who's here? Who's watching? There's a commercial on right now. Uh-oh, Shucky's going to get wet. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Excuse me. They are moving. Moving and grooving. For you, Shucky. Shuckalicious. Nice pass there, bud. Nice pass. No treble. He wants a bass. Don't give him no treble. Give him the bass. Well, the Blues will have the 10th pick, or two picks, the 10th and the 12th pick in this round. Ah. Oh, that was good. So, Colson Petrie goes number 65 to the Ducks. William Whitelaw goes 66 to the Blue Jackets, another USHL guy. They're for Americans. Blackhawks are on the clock again. Nick Lardis goes to the Blackhawks from Hamilton of the OHL. 5'11", 168, left winger. Excuse me. Preds are on the clock. Man, that fan feels good right now. Jesse Kieskingen knows 68 to the Preds. Canadians are on the clock. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we are in trouble. It is Shagalicious.
How we doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Dude, what did I tell you about the Blackhawks taking the first goalie?
Yep. I mean, we just had Wendy on here a little bit ago, and he was having some technical issues, but he was happy. He was happy with that pick.
What do you think of the Islanders trade?
I didn't hear it.
That was Josh
the one to
Bailey
Chicago.
Bailey to Chicago for a 2026 second-round pick.
Yeah, that was that didn't make sense to me, but
it's a cap dump thing.
yeah. Well, the one that doesn't make sense is Edmonton.
Yeah.
Yamamoto and Costin to Detroit for cash.
They're trying to sign some other players, my guess is.
All right. I think every trade should have the minimum of a draft pick attached.
Right.
Right. I don't like the future considerations because it's basically just giving the guy away. You get nothing back.
Well, I think that there's more of a idea when you send away a player with that type of situation. I mean, look at the Oilers situation.
Yeah.
So they probably have on their list a bunch of free agents that they feel they can make their top 6 or maybe their top, 8 much better. Their defense wasn't that great. They maybe want to sign the best defenseman available. I mean, if you look at the NHL free agents that are around, as we discussed that. Okay, so obviously, you have Ekman Larson around and I think we felt like, guys like Tarasenko and Larson were the best. But if you look at, a guy like Ekman Larson, a D-man who's 6'2", 200 pounds, very good defenseman. I mean, you pair him up with Ekholm, that's a pretty good combo.
All right. Yeah. Again, for me, hi.
Hi. Is that guy?
Hi.
Say hi.
At least you got a shirt on her.
Oh yeah, on him.
No, we had Ashley's daughter. She has a special needs daughter. We'll run across the camera wearing nothing.
Oh, don't worry, he's wearing his summer outfit.
Yeah. So that Ashley scares me every time that happens. Like I'm gonna get nailed.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, no, actually, because my wife's an Islander fan and I'm a Ranger fan. Believe me, the competition of what he should become is on.
All right. Do the Islanders have another pick?
It looks like it.
I don't see one in the third round. They didn't have one in the second round. So the latest picks, we have Jacob Fowler goes to the Montreal Canadiens at number 69, and Jonathan Castenga goes to the Coyotes at number 70. You have the Hurricanes on the clock with the Coyotes behind them, and then Detroit, and then the first of 2 second-round picks for the Blues. Do the Blues stay in Sweden?
Yeah. We could call them the Sweden Blues.
Yeah,
By the way,
Blues.
I thought you would go with maybe something like I'm Swedening the draft.
Shockey had this one, right? I like Chris Maas, Craig Maas. See that?
Yes, they are a lot sweeter now.
All right, it was sweeter now. I saw another one, how sweet it is. For me, it was the
Maybe.
blue Swede through the first round.
Right.
Because the first round was pretty quick.
No, that was quite quick, and it wasn't no drafts in the first round, which is very unique.
Yeah, well, I mean, and according to what I've heard is, guys were on the phone, but no one was biting.
I think honestly, people are just scared to like throw around their picks so much. I mean, this is a deep draft, as they said.
Yeah,
So-
but you look at Toronto. Toronto fucked it. Toronto screwed it. You have to trade that pick. Or you cannot go pick the 89th pick with your 30th pick or whatever it was, your pick, and you got to take the best available and then trade him later to whoever takes the guy you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got to. You just can't do that. I think they screwed themselves.
Yeah, no, that's
Right? We talked about that yesterday. I think they really just screwed the pooch.
No, definitely.
In Vegas had that goalie sitting right there, right there.
Well, the thing is, I think that Vegas felt, and this is what I was thinking last night when I was looking through the draft results. I think Vegas had a different idea here because it's not like they went with such a bad player at their position. They went with the guy, David Edstrom, a center who I think they feel like
trade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
94 and 100. So third round and a fourth round this draft. Carolina picks up 2 picks. There we go. That's the third trade of the draft so far. So San Jose is on the clock. And usually when they make this trade, they're going to pick right away because they already know who they want. That's why they made the trade.
Right.
And usually when you're jumping up like this, you're jumping up because somebody between now and there, with very closer, had him on his board and was going to take him.
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's interesting, actually. I find, especially, we're going back to that Vegas thing for a second.
Uh-huh.
They went with a center, and I feel like they feel like their team is old enough where they're going to be having a lack in forwards. And for them to go grab a goalie, it's nice, but you can always bring in a goalie. And especially because you saw they had 4 goalies they went through this year. They're not scared about that. So for them, I don't think it was their personality to say, let's get our goalie of the future. I think they said to themselves, I'd rather get a forward and make sure we're stacked in that position.
Jim Behringer is going to be joining us soon from the draft. So stand by for that. Right. If you're watching, that's a little treat for us. I apologize about yesterday. I think I figured out what was happening yesterday. I got a hold of StreamYard. Apparently, because I was trying to record so long, and when Jim popped in and Lance popped in, those it was causing issues with me and it was kicking me out of my show. So it was my StreamYard that was causing the issues more than anything else.
Right.
He loves her daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, wait till she sends you something like this for Father's Day.
Yeah. First of all, by the way, Guy, I'm sorry, but it's a he.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. He's just got the long rock and roll.
I apologize.
No problem. You know what? I take that as a compliment. People have said that about him all the time. I take that as a compliment of how handsome he is.
Right?
I think I want to turn this into a mullet.
Mullet? Yeah, there you go. Right? My daughter sent me this hat and one other one for Father's Day. I got him yesterday.
Right.
Right? Blues are on the clock.
How do you think the Coyotes have done in this draft?
The Yotes?
Yeah.
I think they're a solid C right now.
What do you feel is lacking of thereof?
Well, the problem with the Yotes isn't who they're drafting; it's what their situation is. You know, really, knowing that they're drafting now, you know, are they going to be there? You might be hurting their. The Yotes are like the Yotes should have done what the Blues did in 1986.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the Blues did in 1986?
What did they do?
You don't know?
No, I do not recall.
They didn't show up.
Oh, wow.
Right? The Ralston Purina was trying to sell the Blues. They had sold them to a team to a group in Saskatchewan, Saskatoon, and the NHL nixed the deal. So the Blues handed the key. I literally handed the keys to the arena, to the NHL, to the Board of Governors, and said, "Okay, we're done." And nobody from St. Louis showed up at the draft.
I mean, who shows up to the third to 7 rounds?
Okay, so the Blues take Quentin Burns, the number 68 prospect, with the 75th overall pick out of Smith Falls, Ontario, Canada. He is a winger, I think. A defenseman. Oh, another defense. Ooh,
you guys got.
I'm not happy with defensemen.
This is a weird pick. He's a very small defenseman.
6 foot, 190.
Yeah.
Oh no, wrong guy. My
no,
thing hasn't.
He's 6 foot. He's 6'1", like 180. Something like that. I mean,
so the Blues are back on the clock. Vancouver took Hunter Bushkowicz with the 75th pick. The Blues with now they're, I forget who they got this pick from.
The problem I have with some of these defensemen is that the league's idea of defensemen has changed. I think we were discussing this a little bit where, you know, look who won. Okay, first of all, Guy, I have to rant about this for a moment. What's the Norris Trophy? You know, what is it? Who does it go to?
Yeah, it goes to the guys that score the goals.
Right. That's not how it works. I don't understand this. Look, we know McDavid's getting MVP because he all around was the best player in the NHL this year. We understand a lot of the other picks. I did think Jack Hughes would have won the Bing Trophy, but I didn't really care about that. But I mean, the defensive numbers from Carlson is not there to tell me that he was a good enough defenseman. If I put McDavid at defenseman, are you giving him Norris because he scored the goals that he did?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I don't understand that.
So, hey, with the number 76 overall pick, Juri Peko, I can't even say this, from Slovakia. 6'1", 183-pound left winger. All right. Burns will grow into his body. Burns will be 6'2", 6'3", and 210 by the time he gets to the NHL.
Who's this guy?
Huh?
1 second. I did not.
Wow, this round's flying. Vegas takes Matthew Carterford, a center.
Pakarchich.
I can't pronounce that, man. I'm terrible.
It's Pekarchik.
Yep.
Pekarchik. Jurek Pekarchik.
Oh man. Sorry, I'm not my normal jovial self. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here.
It's Pekarchik. Pekarchik.
Pekarchik?
I just like searched it up. It's Pekarchik.
Oh wow. So
Matthew Cataford.
Sounds like we're gonna get.
They took another center. The Knights took another center.
Yeah, I seen that. Looks like we might get some audio from Burns, so stand by.
Oh, nice.
I'll let you know if that comes up.
I mean, you have to be excited to go to the Blues at this point because you know that if you do quite well, your chance of coming up is just so much greater. I mean, I always said this when it came to players going to bad teams. Everyone says, "Why would you want to go to a bad team?" And I say, your chance of getting to the NHL is much quicker. Play well, you'll get up there, you'll make the change.
Yeah. No, Matt Lowe, I have been saying. I mean, both me and Shaggy have said that they need to split the defensive trophy up into a forward and into a offensive category and a defensive category.
I think they should do it like baseball. I think they should do it like baseball. You know what that is?
What?
So in baseball, you have you have a batting champ at each position, right? You have a silver slugger for each position,
and then the Golden Glove.
Then there's like the defensive players, the Gold Gloves. So they should do something like a Norris Trophy. It should be the best defenseman, and the most points scored by a defenseman gets a separate award for scoring the most points as a defenseman.
Yeah,
I think that's cool. You have to split it and just give him. You don't have to give him an award. You could just give him the name. He gets a little. Maybe he even gets to put on his jersey for.
I think one of the things that they should bring back is the plus minus award too.
The Blackhawks just put Josh Bailey on waivers.
Who?
So Josh Bailey was traded to the Blackhawks for a pick, and now the Blackhawks have put Bailey on unconditional waivers for a buyout.
Oh wow!
So pretty much he's probably going into that top 10 free agent area.
All right.
Oh, I like look at Matt Lowe's. I love that silver hockey stick. You should get a silver hockey stick. I absolutely love that. You get one of those mini sticks. Give it like a silver mini stick.
Yeah.
Call it the slap shot award.
All right.
The silver slap shot.
Yeah. For a defenseman. And that's also a really good way in measuring the better offensive defenseman. Like I look at a guy like Montour or even the guy from where was it? The Jets, Morrissey. All these guys were just playing on offense pretty much. They were just being a fifth defenseman, a fourth defenseman on the ice. Well, you know who changed that, right? You know who changed that award?
Can I say Makar? No.
Oh, long before Makar.
I mean, who would you go with? Who are you thinking of?
A rival of yours.
A Bruin, possibly?
Yes, it is a Bruin.
Okay, I'm not off.
Huh?
Not sure. I know it's a Bruin.
Bobby Orr.
Right. Bobby Orr.
Yep.
Bobby Orr. Oh my goodness. Hey, so you got to explain to me your Blackhawks right now. You pretty much traded a pick to buy out a guy. I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're breaking up, Wendy.
Let me switch over.
I'll probably come back. Oh, another trade.
Hey, that's a classic Blackhawks.
Hold on, another trade.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Nashville and Dallas make a trade. Draft pick trade, nothing big. If trades come up, Shag, I'm going to stop. Okay.
No, please. I'm a little behind you, so for me, it's a good.
Yeah. So I can kind of keep up with this. We're trying to keep up and keep people informed and talk. We're talking heads, but we want to keep people informed. And Matt Lowe got it. Matt Lowe knew where I was going. Matt Lowe's like in my brain.
He was 5 minutes after we said it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Matt Lowe. You I don't know if I can give credit with that one. You gotta show that you knew that one before we said it.
No, Bobby Orr changed that position. Bobby Orr absolutely changed that position and changed that award. And I see it, and I'm okay. I'm slightly okay with that. But for me, I'd like to see.
Okay.
Well, maybe if you did, it didn't show up on the screen before it.
Yeah,
it showed up on the screen after I said it. Are you back, Wendy?
Yeah, my audio
so
is.
Explain to me what just happened with Josh Bailey. That was very, very interesting.
Well, the Hawks didn't give up anything. We traded future considerations for the trade. We get a second round pick out of it.
I mean, you guys. I think Josh Bailey would have been a decent player to keep on the team.
The thing is, Bailey has fallen off a cliff in his play with the Islanders.
That's
I
because
get
the
it. He
Islanders
might
have
have
fallen
had.
off their play. That's because the Islanders have fallen off their play. Their offense has been
Oh, yeah.
terrible. So putting him
The
on
thing
imagine
is,
you put Josh Bailey with Connor Bedard.
it would not work.
No.
His style of play does not work with like a Bedard and Taylor Hall.
Well, Taylor Hall is going to be on that
Buying
first
out-
line for sure.
What's up?
Hall's going to be on that first line for sure.
Oh, yeah. I expect the first line of the Blackhawks to be Lucas Reichel, Connor Bedard, and Taylor Hall starting the season off next year.
Are they all playing in
Buying
in the... Yeah, what do you say, Wendy?
What was that?
No, you were talking. I'm sorry.
Okay,
You're
trading for Josh Bailey. Okay.
It's just like
Yeah.
it's like lagging.
Trading for Josh Bailey. Okay, hang on. My Wi-Fi's been. Bye.
He's spotty.
He's like the Blackhawks. They show up for one period.
Right. Yeah, he'll be back. Where we at in picks? So the last two picks, at two. Cuttaford.
You had Zeimer at 78.
Say again.
Zeimer at 78 is a weird pick.
Yep, and Zeimer at 78 to. Oh, excuse me. To the Kings. Darkness, I'm okay with the center, with the left wing. I'm not a fan of this team getting defensemen right now. Right? The problem is you have such a glut at defense for a while. Right? And by bringing in more defensemen, you're hurting them because they're never going to be able to develop. Right? They're going to end up having to trade them away.
I think that first Blues pick is really that key pick right there.
Dvorak was Dvorak the defenseman? Yeah, no, he wasn't our defenseman. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that 10th pick was the best pick that they got.
Okay.
One of the best, yeah.
Wi-Fi networks.
Okay. You're a little better. You're a little fuzzy, but we'll deal with it.
Okay. Yeah. Trading for Josh Bailey was the Hawks wanted to be to the cap floor. It was a $6 million cap hit for 1 year. They buy him out for it will be a 2-year penalty for $3 million per. It doesn't hurt the Hawks in any way. They also get a second-round pick in 2026 out of it by trading away absolutely nothing to do this. It's a future thought process out of Kyle Davidson's plan for the Hawks. They pay a guy like Bailey for doing nothing for 2 years for $3 million per, and it won't hurt the Hawks in any way on the salary cap really at all. The Hawks have some of the most cap space still, even with getting in Taylor Hall and Nick Foligno just a couple days ago. This is a move I'm okay with. I honestly expected the Hawks to just buy him out anyways when they made the trade, so it's actually not a bad idea what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I mean, I actually felt like there's going to have to be some veterans sprinkled around this Blackhawks team.
And expect on Saturday the Hawks to sign some veteran presence. There's rumors the Hawks may be signing maybe going after JT Compher because there's been mutual interest in both parties, which JT Compher would be a solid pickup for Chicago. He's a Chicago native and would bring that presence on the wing or in the center core that they do need for veterans presence and championship ideology, since he knows how to win a Stanley Cup at this point. The Hawks.
I think you guys should run after Ryan Reeves. I think he would add such an energy to the Blackhawks.
I don't.
Yeah, was that Bedard that said that he wore number 2 because of Ryan Leaf?
What?
Somebody said that they wore number 2. I heard it from one of the draft picks.
Bedard
They wore number 2.
Bedard wears 98.
Okay.
He already
be the
has
next
his jersey
Gretzky?
number.
Yeah, I see. I just couldn't remember one of the draft picks that said that they wore number 2 because of Ryan Leaf. I was like, I'm not so sure I would have liver want that out. So my draft tracker is frozen. So there's been about 5 or 6 picks since it's last updated, and I can't get it to 2 updates. Say again.
Gavin McCarthy just went to Buffalo with their 3rd round pick.
Yeah, I'm frozen at 78 right now on the NHL draft tracker.
Yeah,
he's like another defenseman.
Yeah, he's a solid defenseman here in the mid 3rd round. It's a okay pick in my opinion, so I think they made a smart move. Oh, 2 picks just went off the board just now. Damn.
No, it's going through, and like I said, my tracker is frozen right now. I've updated my screen a couple of times. Yeah, we're on 87, and I'm still sitting at 78. Is your guys' trackers the same way? Are you using the NHL's tracker?
No. I have the TNT one going, or the TSN one going. It's quicker.
Yeah, I'm froze. I don't know what's going on. There we go. It just popped in. Okay, so let's go over since my thing went. So at 79, Brad Gardner to the Stars. Center, a left winger, Adar Sunev to Calgary. Tanner Ludick, a center to Phoenix, or to Arizona. I still think of Phoenix. Zach Nuring, a right winger to Winnipeg. Dylan McKinnon, a defenseman to the Predators. Caden Price, a defenseman to Seattle. Yegor Sidorov, a right winger to the Ducks. Gavin McCarthy, a defenseman to the Sabres. Philadelphia gets a goalie, Igor Zavarkin, Russian. Whatever happened with the Russian goalie that the Preds got a few years back that was supposed to be like this big guy, ended up going like 10th or 11th overall. You know what I'm talking about?
He'll be up next year.
Next year?
Yeah, he will be up in Nash. He will be probably the backup to Soros next year.
Okay.
He was honestly the best goalie in the AHL this last season.
Okay. I can't remember his name though. It's slipping me.
Askarov.
Yeah. All right, so now my thing is caught up. 88 was Vadim Mons to Phoenix, or Arizona, for a right winger, and a defenseman, Sawyer Mineral, went to Vancouver with the 89th overall pick. There we go, caught up. Oh, I lost Sagalicious. Probably dealing with the sun there. My nose itches. Yeah, the draft for the most part, it's been a good draft. It hasn't not a lot of trades. There's been 3 or 4 trades total.
Not many trades. No, it's probably been 6 trades involving picks and 2 trades involving players.
Yeah, but the players didn't involve any of picks in this year's draft. They were like none of the player trades involved.
That's how it's gone.
Yeah. I'm just keeping an eye on things. So now it looks like I'm caught up. I don't know where we're at. So yeah, 90s on the clock. Pittsburgh. So yeah, Pittsburgh, the Rangers, the Bruins, the Blackhawks again, Hurricanes, Flyers, and then the Knights.
I think the Rangers are at 91.
Say again?
Saying we got the Rangers on the board. I'm expecting them to go defenseman.
At 91?
Yeah. Figure there's no game.
Sorry, man. It's 6:30 in the morning here. I'm not alive yet. Doing the best I can. Big thank you to John Hefter, Craig Moz, and Erickson Krieger for putting thumbs in the air. Greatly appreciate it. I know Shockey might be out there, but he's getting a little wet. He was saying earlier. Trying to do too many things. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, I could see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a really weird message saying my browser had blocked my screen. But
that could just be like it lagged for a second, then it tells you that. That's
Yeah, you probably just had a lag spike for a second.
with the Islanders taking Bailey out of the situation. They have now 10.3 million in cap space.
So this is what Shockey's doing.
I'm still lost.
Huh?
I'm still lost. Like we were discussing this whole Red Wing trade. It's really weird.
Oh, he's out there. He's out fishing. So, Drew, that you took a defenseman, Shags.
You think like I don't know my stuff, huh?
Yeah, well, no, you don't.
Oh, guy. For that, I have to put Tarasenko as my background.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a sailor, man. You can't tee one up and me not swing at it.
Except that you're a Blues guy, so you're always not there for the clutch.
Right, Drew Fortescue out of Pearl River, New York, homegrown boy with the USHL, 62 games and like 3 points. Stay at home. That's the definition of a stay at home defenseman for you.
Oh, it's very funny because I'm a guy who also likes to play defenseman, and I'm more of like the more NHL 2023 type where I like to I'm a puck moving defenseman. I like to get in on the offense, but I find that nowadays league, you have guys out there who are just freaks in the way they are. Oh wow! Are you Wendy? Are you up to date with what's going on with the Blackhawks, or am I ahead of you? You guys just made
you might be ahead of me. I just saw the Rangers.
Corey Perry to the Blackhawks in exchange for a 7th round pick in next year's draft.
From who? From the
Corey
Ducks?
Perry
That's
to the
its
Blackhawks
name,
for a
right?
7th round pick.
So we just got Corey Perry signing rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Charlie Rumiltis. I don't know how to pronounce his name ever.
Okay, I got it. Yep. Yeah. Holy crap.
Well,
would
we
have
were just
ever
discussing.
thought
We were just
Corey
discussing getting veterans for this team.
Well, they might be signing Corey Perry because that's for his UFA rights.
Right.
That's interesting. I was not ever expecting that to happen, but it's a 7th round pick. The Hawks really don't give a crap about 7th round picks at this point. They're
You get a great
building.
veteran.
If they do sign Corey Perry, okay. I don't know why I think about it because I've never liked the guy. But he brings that veteran presence. He's gone to now 4 Stanley Cup finals in his career.
I mean, dude. Okay, so let me.
Who's Corey Perry on right now? Is he still with the Ducks?
No, he was with Tampa.
Tampa, okay. Wasn't he with the Ducks for a while?
Who did they just take here?
Yuri Fleishman, center. Swiss guy.
He originally was with the Ducks, then he went to Dallas. Hang on. Then to Montreal. It looks like there might be a trade happening with the Hawks on their pick.
Oh, they picked Jerry Fleishman at number 99.
Oh, they did?
93.
Okay. So they take Fleischman, a center. Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad. It's a 3rd round, so that's not a bad pick. Late 3rd rounder. Yeah, Perry was with the Ducks for a long time. He went to Dallas in 2020, then went to Montreal in 2021, then Tampa in 2022, and has been there the last 2 seasons.
The Rangers are sending the Penguins the 91st pick.
So
in the 2024
with
7th round pick.
that,
Wow.
the Hawks sign Perry.
Interesting.
I'm just trying to think what the Hawks are going to do if they're going to sign Perry or not.
1 year league minimum.
We'll see.
That's what I see.
That,
I can't see much more than that.
Overpaying the guy. Even though we're above the cap floor.
Oh, Jaden Perron finally off the board. First round. So Carolina gets a first round talent in the 3rd round. Wow, hard to believe the guy slipped that deep.
There could be other reasons why he slipped.
What do you know that I don't know?
I don't know. There could be reasons why he slipped that far. Just because I don't exactly know behind stuff on Perron, but I know he was a 1st round caliber, but
Yeah.
He slipped this far. There has to be something Team C in him that's not good.
Yeah. Atlo says it makes sense for the Hawks, but it doesn't make sense for Perry. Right?
So the Hawks now have 2 Hart Trophy winners on their team.
Excuse me. But will they get a
The
third?
Hawks now have 2 former Hart Trophy winners.
They could end up with the third, couldn't they?
What's that?
Could end up with the third, couldn't they?
Hey, guy, you think the Golden Knights are going to take another center?
Yeah. That's my prediction. They are.
They're going to take another center? They have already 2 of them. They drafted 2 of them.
Hey guys,
I know.
stand by.
I expect them to take a third one.
Who's the best guy you have right now? Do you have that in front of you, or?
Don't have it all in front of me right now, but I'm just projecting them to go after another center just because Vegas has been made it clear
Hey
they
guys,
want
stand by.
centers
I
this
have an
year.
interview with the Blues.
Oh, they
draft
took
pick.
a defenseman. Yeah,
We can't
that's
hear it.
actually a solid pick.
After this, oh.
Oh, that was yesterday. Hold on.
Now, but after this, we talk about.
Also, Guy,
Hold on.
you gotta make that sound louder.
Yeah, no, that was the wrong one. Hold on. This was today's pick.
For my whole life, and to hear my name called, that's so special, and just have all my family and friends here to celebrate with them. It's an unbelievable feeling, and yeah, I can't even put it into words right now. I'd say probably close to 30-ish, like, so yeah, so we don't live here, so it's a pretty good crowd come this way and then celebrate with me. Yeah, most flew. Some did drive, made the road trip. I flew down. I didn't want to sit in the car for that long, so yeah. Yeah, I did talk to them. The talk went really well. I mean, they have great staff, and yeah, super good talk. And yeah, you never know, like you said, but to hear my name called by this organization, it's a dream come true. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Yeah, I think I'm a two-way defenseman that's very hard and physical and play against and take care of the defensive zone really well. That's something I take a lot of pride in. That's something I'm going to keep doing. I play with an edge, and that's not going to stop, and that's something I'll always have with me. But with my skating, I do have a little bit of offense in my game, and I hope I can shoot it that way as well. Yeah, I dealt with some injuries, and I think this is a big year for me. Dealing with a lot of adversity, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it went. It's just getting started now, and yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. I mean, I know some like the names like Jake Neighbors, like some of the young guys. Like, yeah, the dream come true. Something I've worked towards my whole life.
There we go. I'm not 100% sure who that one is. Apologize.
That's a defenseman you guys took.
The defenseman? Yeah.
Yeah, he sounded very confident. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I've also got the other one. The audio is not as good. I apologize, but we're doing the best we can, guys. They are done with the third round already.
Add to the Corey Perry trade. The Hawks are in contract negotiations as of right now with Perry.
My guess it's going to be a 2 to 3 year deal.
I'm going to say it's going to be a 1 year deal because the Hawks don't want to give longer term deals like 2 or 3 years right now to players like that. I expect it to be a 1 year deal, probably at $1.25 million. That's my prediction.
I'll go
at number 99.
2 3.
The Hawks take Alex Ferrano, a center, out of Sudbury, the OHL, 6'2", 205.
Interesting.
I think he dropped. Let me check. Did I have him up much higher? No, he didn't drop.
God, it's going to be so weird to see Corey Perry in a Blackhawks uniform. He's a guy I've never cared about at the NHL. I always thought of him as a prick.
I gotta work on my OBS. Like, for some reason, it's cross-channeling into my USB, and it's giving me an echo in my head. I know you guys don't hear it, but I hear it. And it's hard. So Phoenix is on the clock. Oh man, don't even ask me to say the name of the guy that Montreal took. Florian Wi-Fi. It looks like the same as the Wi-Fi guy. Xhekaj. Is that his brother?
Yeah,
Windy. Huh?
I'm pretty sure that is his brother.
All right. I mean, is that the same name?
That has to be his brother. Hang
That's
on.
Florian Jackeye.
All right.
That's how you pronounce it, Jackeye.
Yeah, I think that's the brother of the other guy.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Yep.
That is his brother.
Okay.
That's actually cool for the two brothers to be in the same organization, unless Montreal decides to trade one of them, because the Hawks had that happen last year. We had a pair of brothers in the organization, and they traded away the better of the two.
It's interesting actually because a guy like Jackeye is going to play like a winger position, while
Yeah.
Jackeye on defense is a real defenseman. We're talking about like a tough guy.
Oh yeah, he's a yeah.
Did you see some of the fights that he had this year? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I guess Montreal gets a little bit extra bandwidth with a little extra Wi-Fi to that team.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. One of them should put a Jackeye number 1 on it. The other guy should put on Jackeye number 2 on the back.
Yes. If Florian makes the NHL.
No.
That would be...
One of them is standard, and the other one has guests behind it. You know how you have your Wi-Fi, and then you have your guest Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Right.
Thought it was funny in my head.
It's not Wi-Fi. It's Jackeye.
All right.
His Jack Guy's nickname is Wi-Fi in Montreal.
Oh yeah. I'm saying, but that's in the back. You can. Oh.
Yeah. Well, the Blues are on the clock. Let's see what they're going to do. Jacob Stancil. Stancl. Stencil. Jacob Stancil. Is that a guy out? That's got to be a Swede.
That sounds Scandinavian.
Yeah. When it pops up here. Boy, they're just flying through these rounds.
Well, I think the way it works is, Guy, you've done fantasy. At a certain point, guys are just picking. They have just like an order of who they have, and they just go down the list and they go, okay, who we got next on our list? And whoever there is there. So, you know, at a certain point, you get to those last rounds of the fantasy draft, you're just looking for like positional guys who you think has a good, you know, you saw something good that your scout saw something good and put on your list. You know what I mean? So you're just going down that list, crossing off guys that are picked and then moving on. So at this point, it should go quick. I think it's especially in hockey where you're just stuffing these guys on a team, and especially in hockey where some of these guys just fall off. Some of these guys you'll end up trading. It's not like in baseball or in like in football or in basketball. You know, it's not the same idea.
So Jacob Stencil is a center, a 6'3" center from Prague, Czechoslovakia or Chechnya, right? But he's played in Sweden, Latvia under 17 league.
When do you
trying to go back? He last played for Vico Junior and Vico of the Swedish league. So there we go.
How do you call it? You guys, Wendy, you guys interested in Barclay Goodrow? Because I'll give it to you for a
no
7th round pick in 3 years.
Nope.
No. All right.
No, thank you.
All right.
Just
seeing if you'd be interested in see if you'd be interested in, you know, you help out the Islanders, maybe you could help out us also. All right. Maybe I'll call Patty Kane to talk to you. Try to convince you.
I see Perry. I'm kind of thinking, I've been thinking about this a little bit. I see the Blackhawks signing Perry to a 1-year deal and then flipping them for something January, late January, early February.
Ooh, that's actually not a dumb idea, especially if they could go ahead and combine Perry with a decent pick. You could get back some young player from another team. I mean, imagine you tell a team like like the Oilers or something, grab someone from them. I don't know. Corey Perry's going to land up on a better team than the Blackhawks.
He'd be somebody that a team needing a piece would go. A team, a player in a playoff push would go after. Right? He's still a name. He still puts butts in the seat.
The Hawks signing Perry too. When the contract goes through on Perry, I expect it to be where it's 1 year and the Hawks can trade it at either February or at the deadline and throw a 50% retention on it and make it even more thought process to a team to pick him up at the deadline, just because if the Hawks put 50% retention and if it's like a $1.25 million cap hit, they are going to just basically say, screw it, just have him.
I see him 1 year at 3.35.
I don't think it's going to be in the threes.
He's taking much less than that.
He's 38 at this point, right?
Yeah. Okay, maybe. So 2.5.
Especially when you tell him that, look, you're coming here, you're going to be the veteran presence, and mid-season you might land up on a better team. He might say, okay, we'll take whatever contract you give me, because I it's about the winning at this point. It's about creating a legacy for yourself.
Yeah.
That's possible. That's kind of where I'm at on that one.
He's 38 years old, and I realistically can't see them signing a 38-year-old to over $1.25 million.
Well, what's the veteran minimum? The veteran minimum, I think, is 2.
No.
I know the veteran minimum is higher than the league minimum.
Saying maybe they'll play around with his contract a little bit.
We'll see what happens. The Hawks. We'll see what happens with that cap hit. It's going to probably be announced later today, maybe tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with Perry and the Hawks.
Yep. Excuse me.
I like the trade. I hate the player. That's the one thing with me.
I don't know how much you should care about that.
What?
I don't know how much you have to care about that. You may not have to deal with him the whole season.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm okay with it. I can hate the player, and I know it's not even going to be for a full year.
Yeah, the Blues were taking a run on Swedish players. They kind of backed off of it for a couple of picks, but then they went right back to it. For the most part, they've stayed in Europe. I mean, I think 4 of their 6 picks have been in Europe. Let me look at this real quick. No, 5 of their 6 picks.
Did someone that's from Italy get drafted or something? Frank was talking about it.
Who, Luca Pinelli? Is that who you're talking about?
No. Yeah. Yeah,
he just got drafted by Columbus at the 114 mark.
Okay. Cool to see that.
The Islanders picked up Jesse Nurmi, left winger. Right?
Nurmi.
So right now, the Alexander Steen hiring makes so much sense after yesterday and today. It was, to me, I talked about it a little bit yesterday, and it felt a little like, much to do about nothing originally. You know what I mean? one of them things that comes, not a big deal. But now it has a lot. It does. Yes, and the prospect camp is July 1st. That is correct.
Okay. I wonder what jersey number Corey Perry is going to wear. It's going to be weird if they give him the number 10.
Has that been his number in the past?
That's like his main number he's worn. If I'm the Hawks, I don't care.
He's wore 94 and 61 before.
Yeah, I know, but he's more so known for wearing the number 10.
And refresh my memory, who's 10 or was 10 on the Blackhawks?
Patrick Sharp.
I don't see that being as big of a deal.
That will be the first of the that will be one of the main core players' numbers given up to a player like that won't even be with the team for more than a year. That's going to be weird. Because there's rumor
Sharp has the number now.
What?
Sharp has the number now?
No, he's retired. It's the fact that Sharp in Chicago is number 10. There's no doubting, like, anyone who wears 10 is not considered the best number 10 in Blackhawks. And Chicago sports history, the best number 10 is either Santo or Patrick Sharp.
I'm trying to look up numbers.
Don't think the Hawks even have a pick in the 4th round.
Do they? I thought they did.
I don't think
Nope.
so.
They do. They took Alex Pernard with the number 99 pick. I announced that earlier. 6'2" center, 205 pounds, out of Sudbury, the OHL, Canadian.
Okay.
So if you go down with the number 10, the last one to wear it was Patrick Sharp from 2006 to 2018. What was the other name that you threw in there?
Ron Santo for the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, okay.
In Chicago sports history, those are the two number 10s that people would think of.
I don't know. I could I think I could see him getting 10.
I don't.
Can you see Chicago telling him no?
Yeah.
Team saying no, you can't have that number. It's not retired.
It may not be retired, but there's rumor the Hawks could be doing something with Ring of Honor type of things here in the next 2 seasons.
Okay. I'm just, I don't know, man.
But that's
what I just kind of throw out there, bud.
I would just say this: it's rumor, not like 100%. It's like giving a number like number 10 to a player like Corey Perry in Chicago would just be messed up, in my opinion, just because of Perry was known for being hated in Chicago.
Yeah.
For years. He's been a hated guy in Chicago.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm not.
But in locker rooms, I know every team he's had loves the guy. So that's a good thing to bring into the lineup. But Chicago fans are not really the big fan on Corey Perry.
So you could see Chicago booing their own player.
No, they won't boo him. They would just like, he won't get as much like, he won't get as many like full cheers, like loud cheers in the United Center versus
You know
like
what
that.
Chicago
Like,
should do? They should
his
give him the
style
Mystery
play,
Alaska
I get
treatment.
it.
You hear that?
The newspapers.
Yeah, they're just ignoring them completely when they come out.
That's what Cub fans did to Wilson Contreras when he came back to Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Grabbed newspapers and just held newspapers up and not acknowledge the guy because he's a traitor.
Weird to see a guy take someone's number. Like, I still think Saad is Steen half the time. I don't have an issue with it. To me, like, you got to be something for your number to really like imprinted in my mind. You got to do something special, right? Like, nobody wore 16 after Brett Hall, even if they had that acrimonious breakup. No one wore 16, and no one was ever going to wear 16 in St. Louis. So new ownership came in and retired, but it was that's it. I could see, like, and you look at Bobby Plager with number 5. Other guys wore 5 after Plager wore 5.
So Wendy, I just had a little bit of fun. I researched Corey Perry's history. Can you tell me what team did Corey Perry make his NHL debut against in 2005?
Chicago.
That's right. In 2005, his debut was against the Chicago Blackhawks. They beat them. And he had an assist, his first assist that day.
That was a terrible Blackhawks team. I know that. But yeah, I knew it was Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, wow. Detroit got Larry Keenan. I thought that fucker was like too old to get drafted. Man, I don't even get a laugh out of that.
I thought that was, yeah.
Yeah, he's an overager.
Yeah,
Larry,
defenseman.
Keenan is an overage.
I'm thinking of Larry Keenan, the former coach, I think he was, or GM.
All right.
Guy with the same name.
But yeah, I believe Larry Keenan is an overager in this year's draft. I could be wrong, but I do believe he is.
Might be. I'm not sure. They got him at 6'3", 186. Canadian. What is DEU? I've never seen that before. Alex Cernick. They don't. You can't.
Interesting.
No, he's not an overager. My bad.
DEU stands for like Deutsch, like in German.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Yes. Mike
He
Keenan
is
is
not
still a
an
bad word
overager.
in St. Louis. No. Usually when it's Germany, they put Germany.
I was wrong.
GEM.
Larry Keenan is not an overage.
I'm looking it up now. You got me. He's actually Slovakian. Right, I think. I don't recognize that flag. Oh no, he's German. Yeah, no, Germany. Okay, I'm wrong.
I thought
Yep, I'm an idiot. You're right, AC. You win.
I told you that.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Oh, I told you that. It's Dutch. My
Dutch.
grandmother's
Okay.
my grandmother's Dutch.
Right. Oh man, what is that man? They're flying. They were supposed to. Our Hockey Network said, this being done by 9. I could see it being done before that. Right, we're at 7:00, and they're what, 3 rounds left, 30 minutes around, or less. 5, 6, and 7 will probably jump.
Yeah.
You'll get like 3 picks at a shot.
At a certain point, I think they should just have everyone draft their things and then just put out after who everyone drafted.
I remember hearing about Brian Suter when he got drafted. He was on his farm working out. I mean, they didn't have a draft day like they do now.
Who do you think, by the way, guys, the youngest free agent available right now?
Youngest free agent?
Don't search it up. Who's the youngest free agent?
Is it Brown?
It's Nico Mikola.
Oh, it's Mikola?
Yeah.
He's an RFA though, isn't he?
No. I think he's UFA.
Are you sure?
Is he
I'll
not
check
I
right
thought
now.
Mikola was an RFA, unless they didn't tender him.
So yeah, he's a UFA. He's a UFA. Yep. He's a UFA. AC, I'm sorry. He's a UFA.
Okay, I'm hearing you. I'm just
No. I'm telling that to AC. AC wrote that that it had to be an RFA with no QO, but no, Mikola is a UFA at 24 years old.
wow. Well, he came up. Well, he came up that early. I mean, he did a lot of time on the bench. I wasn't happy when the Blues traded him, that's for sure.
And I don't think the Rangers are signing him back.
He's 27, bud.
My thing says 24 here.
He was born April 27th, 1996.
So then the spot track is off.
Yeah, look on Cap Friendly.
All right. Yeah.
Right. You got to be 24 to be a free agent. To be an UFA minimum, you got to be 24. All right, I'm almost like dead certain of that.
Matt, what I think of Mikola, you know what? He did a lot of good. He made a couple big mistakes that I was not happy about. I think he has a great future in this NHL. He really played the style of the Rangers. I liked him a lot in general as a player. Not necessarily do I think that he really changed this Ranger team. He did create a little more depth, but there was enough injuries going on where Mikola was needed anyways. I think his future is better than what I'm impressed. I'm more impressed, I think, with his workload and his effort that he puts in. But he didn't he wasn't necessarily the best defenseman that we got. And in that trade. I think he has a really good future in the NHL. I think he will definitely have a cup somewhere in his name at a certain point. He's going to go to a team that he's a really great person in general when it comes to hockey. So he's definitely going to land up on a really good team. Everyone's probably looking at him as like an underrated looking free agent. We're going to look at him next year and be like, yeah, that's the perfect fit. I could see a team out there maybe that wants a guy that, like him, who's gonna not need the biggest of contracts, probably get between 1 and 2, maybe 3, depending how many years. His AVA is not going to be that big. I could see a team looking for like a solid third liner. He's not going to be on a top 2 line, only because I do not think that he's up there yet. And I think he'll land up on a third line. Probably, I could see a team like the Maple Leafs maybe taking a chance on a guy like that because of his contract, and you're paying for a pretty good player cheap. But we'll see.
Hey, Wendy, question for you. Sorry, Shaggy, didn't mean to talk over you.
Nope, I finished. Don't worry.
What is a 10-2C free agent?
A 10QC?
Yeah.
Non-qualified free agent?
Oh, it's not a non-qualified.
What's it called?
It's something different.
What do you call it? What's it called? A 10-2C or a 10QC?
10.2 in parentheses C. Look here. Right? So that's the youngest free agent. Right? Everybody else that I looked at is 24 or older.
According to what I just read, it's used in the NHL to refer to a player who has not met the required years of professional experience to become an RFA. If a player does not receive a qualifying offer by June 25th at 5 p.m. or July 26th for the 2021, whatever, they immediately become a UFA. And yeah, that's what it is. So basically, they're not able to become an RFA. So basically, unless they're signed by a certain date, they become a UFA.
Okay. So I'm assuming it's for college, like players coming into the league.
Yeah, like an unsigned free agent.
Yeah.
If you look here, Jamie Drysdale from Anaheim is a free agent, and he played in 8 games. Right, that's the youngest free agent at 21. Right, these are guys that just haven't. Some of them haven't even played in the NHL. Right, this guy whose careers never took off. Maybe not given a chance. Who knows? I mean, they're all cheap guys. Cap hits are just right around the league minimum. The only one that isn't is from Vancouver, defenseman Arturo Hirose. He's got a $2 million cap hit. Okay. At a $2 million cap hit. But he's only played in 7 games, so. There's the answer to your question. There's the youngest free agent. Well, actually, see, that one, they just voided the contract. Right? That guy, I think that guy was just an undrafted guy. I don't think he was a straight UFA. I think they just voided his contract. Right? I know what you're talking about, but I think that was just a voided contract. I don't think that was a draft per se. I can't remember completely, but I think that was more of like they went and signed him, and then the kid who he bullied, his parents came out, and then, I'm sorry. I believe in second chances, and I don't want to get into it. I'll say something that's going to get me shot. I was bullied as a kid, and for the most part, people that bullied me, some of them have met their own demise. but a couple that have reached out to me and, said, hey, I'm sorry for this and that. I've accepted some of their apologies. I haven't others.
Mm-hmm. See what the Hawks are about to do.
Did they?
Well,
I thought they signed.
Is that
I
his
think they
actual
drafted him. I
name?
thought they signed him
Hello. You. I love the guy who the
Marcel is a
You got
Chicago
Marcel.
I love it. Can we have Marcel? That is a great name. Like
The back of his
double
jersey.
Marcel.
The back of his jersey should just say Marcel.
Yes. Please. Marcel.
Or Marcel times 2.
That is a legendary name. Come on.
I'll give it to you.
I love it. Nice job, Kyle from Chicago. I love you.
Oh, did you see the interview? Did you see the Kyle Dubas interview?
Yes, I
wrong
did.
Kyle Davidson.
No. Your GM.
Kyle Davidson.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, Kyle from Chicago. That's why I said that.
Oh, yeah. That was funny as fuck. When he realizes the guy doesn't know who he is, he just plays with it.
He did well at it too. I loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. This is a fun show today. I mean, I'm struggling, man. It's 7 in the morning, and I'm struggling. But we're into the 5th round. What are we in the fifth pick of the 5th round? Went to Montreal. Sam Harris, left winger, American kid out of Sioux Falls, 5'11", 180. Czechoslovakian Marcel goes to Chicago.
Hello, when you see that name in a Texas accent, oh my goodness.
Was that pretty good?
Well, Marcel, you know
Marcel,
what I mean? I got one back in my backyard. I got my friend over here. His name is Marcel. Now look at here.
That's just going to be fun. That's going to be one of the fun names if he ever makes it to the NHL.
Wendy, is that Marcel in Chicago? Marcel?
Yeah, it is. Marcel.
Marcel.
That's going to be one of them. That's going to be one of them fun ones.
His parents legit named him his last name.
They're saying you sounded Creole, Shaggy.
I said the Creole. All right, then.
Yeah, I like
the
Marcel pick just because of the name. That's just a great name.
Carter Southern goes to Philadelphia. Canadian, 6'3", 200 pounds from the WHL. St. Louis will pick in 3 more picks with number 138.
Is there anyone else in NHL history with 2 of the same names, like Ivan?
You know what? I actually think so.
I don't know.
I actually think so. I think someone did have that. Right?
Unless there's a typo with his name being Marcel, I assume that's his actual name.
I'm pretty sure
Nope,
it is.
It is his actual name.
Right?
Yes, it is. He's right.
You drafted a
AC
pet
is
monkey.
Right.
Wendy, Kyle Davidson drafted a monkey. He'll probably put up more points than Connor Bedard.
No, he won't. I will tell you this. Would you like to know what my prediction for Bedard this season is for how many points he gets?
Yes.
Between 65 and 70 points.
Not even close.
His first line with it, how it's setting up to be Reichel, Bedard, and Hall, that's a good line to actually put up points.
Wendy, I love you. You know this, right? You know I love you, right? I don't want to make it now because I want to see what other moves are made.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to the season, I will make a bet with you on his point totals, an over-under. We can set an over-under. Winner or the loser has to wear the cap of the others for one show. So you're so certain on this guy. I'm asking you to bet, and we can wait. We don't have to set the number now. We can wait until
you broke up, guy.
Huh?
No. What did you say? You broke up when you were saying stuff.
Okay, so closer to the beginning of the season, I'll make a bet with you, an over-under on Bedard. I'll take the under, you take the over. I'll let you set the number of points that you think he's going to get, and we'll wait until we see where we're at with the lines and all that, closer to the start of the season. The loser has to wear the other person's hat on one show. It can be my show. I know you don't want to do it on yours. It can be on my show. But you're so certain. You're so certain that he's going to be the superstar. Right? So you have the chance to put me in a Blackhawks hat, and I'd have to buy one.
I don't own a St. Louis hat, and I'm not going to ever wear a St. Louis hat.
I think it's a good bet.
I won't do it, guy. I already said that before when you told me about a bet to do the jersey.
Oh, you would have won that one. I'm not even close to 1,000. You would have killed me.
Still not going to. Still wouldn't have done it.
Right. So the Blues get Paul Fisher, defenseman out of the National Development Program, 6'1", 200 pounds. See, I think this is so. They are. I disagree with this so bad. I think this is going to hurt the Blues so bad.
Guy, would you like to know how long of a line it was at the Blackhawks draft party to get Connor Bedard jersey?
That's all hype. That's all hype.
It's not hype. We all know Bedard is a great hockey player.
Everybody knew Shane Wright was a great hockey player too.
No, disagree.
I disagree with that statement as well.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we all knew Ryan Leaf was a great quarterback.
I called Slavkovsky going first. I called Shane Wright dropping. I knew exactly what was happening there. Slavkovsky was the one ready for the NHL, and if he would not have gotten hurt, I don't think. Do you think that Bedard? If you keep Slavkovsky on the pace that he was going, which was probably 30, 40 points, something like that, Wendy? Was that the amount? Yeah. I don't think Bedard does better than 45, 50 points.
What was that?
You know what? We took a Chicago kid there, Wendy. This he's from up in Chicago, River Forest, Illinois.
Fisher's brother. That's Christian Fisher's brother.
Okay.
So, what were you trying to say there, Shaggy?
Sorry, Shags.
Do not recall what I was just saying.
About Bedard and Slavkovsky.
No, I don't think he's going to score more than maybe 10 more points on average. I think he'll get to around 45, 50 points. I'd be surprised if he gets close to 60.
The thing,
and it's not because of him. It's not because of him. I believe he'll do better than his points will say.
Mm-hmm.
I just believe that his points will not be there due to the fact that he's not playing with that great of a talent, and you can't do everything yourself. And you look at Slavkovsky, his point total did not tell you how well he played. He had mistakes he made. He looked really good, but you're not playing with the greatest of talent. You're not playing with the greatest of goalies behind you to save goals. You might be behind a lot. I don't think he scores more than 45, 50 points. I do not think that Bedard's going to look that way. I think you will see highlight stuff from him. I think you'll see more points from guys like Fantilli or even the guy that the Ducks took, because simply those are guys who are playing with better talent. It's not just the player themselves. I look at guys on even the Rangers or even the Bruins or even whatever team you want to go to, and especially in fantasy, I look at certain guys and go, well, who are they playing with? What line are they on? Are they playing with guys that they're more of a defensive line? Are they like an Islanders identity line? What are they doing? Who's he playing with? Because I remember when like Zibanejad was playing with certain players, I said, I don't know if I want to start him compared, you always start him, but I mean, like, you want to be careful with what you do. If you have better options, sometimes you want to, sometimes sit certain players down due to the fact that you don't know who they're playing with. I found that when Tarasenko came to the Rangers, his fantasy value went flying down because of who he was playing with and the fact that he was with a new team. Bedard's value is nice, but I drafted Shane Wright last year in fantasy, and I regretted it.
Oh, he only played 9 games.
Exactly. I drafted him and figured he'll do fine. I also, I felt like he would do good. Now, I didn't draft him in the first round. I drafted him in later rounds when he was available, but I regret taking him because there were better picks, like bad picks to take. So it doesn't matter about ice time, Matt. It's the fact that he's not playing with that many great people, because his ice time doesn't matter. He might look better just talent-wise, but he won't have the points to make him look better. Okay? There are players out there. That's my whole point with Carlson. He was running the entire thing with points. Points doesn't necessarily show how well you were playing.
I know. And the reason why I'm just saying it, where I can see Bedard putting up the point percentage he does, like of 65 to 70 points, I could see it as a realistic possibility, because Bedard will be paired up with players like a Reichel, or if they even do it, there is speculation around Chicago they will try and sign like JT Compher. If they are going to start surrounding players like that caliber with Bedard, he's going to put up points.
We'll see. I just.
Well, let's go. Let's
man.
go to the range. Let's go to the range of that points. Okay, if you go around the 45, 50 point range, I'm going to name you guys. Victor Hedman had 49 points. DeBrusk had 50. Tarasenko had 50. Lee had 50. Falk had 50. Sagan had 50. Barzell had 51 with injuries. Lehkonen had 51 with injuries. Gord had 48. I could go lower. Coyle had 45. Barbashev, who they signed, 45 points as well with injuries. Mangiapane, 43. You're going to tell me that he's going to do better than all these players? I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
See.
Come on. Owen Tippett on a bad team. Yeah. He's on a team that was injured and bad or whatever, had 49 points. And you put him on the Bruins third line, he'd probably have 55, 60 points.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this question, Wendy.
What?
Do you think that Brad Marchand would play in a line opposite Bedard?
Well, it won't happen because Brad Marchand won't ever be a Blackhawk.
No, I said opposite, meaning he would be on the ice against him.
Yeah. I gotta go off now because my dad's on the way back from the hospital. I gotta call him.
No problem. No problem, Shags. We're here if you need to come back.
All right.
They play Boston the second game of the season.
Yeah, I know.
You don't think that he's going to have a big old target on his back and Marchand's going to go after his knees?
That is going to be a game where Davidson and Richardsons are going to put the players around him as more grit to keep him from getting cheap shotted by players like Marshawn.
All right. Look at your schedule, and I don't.
I know my schedule. I've already looked into it, guy.
But okay, so of your first month's games, right? Your first 9 games, 1, 2,
I'm aware.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is your month of October. You're telling me that not one of the defensemen that are on these teams coming up scares the crap out of you.
All teams have players like that. But I'm just saying, I'm going to be. This year is not just the year of Bedard. It's the year of the development of Bedard, Reichel, and so many younger players coming up. That's what's happening. If Bedard puts up what I say he's going to put up, it's going to be a great season for him. The Hawks are not going to win games. I get that. I get the Hawks are going to be probably still in the lottery position next year. I get that. But this is a year of development. Young players coming into the league, not knowing a lot about up in the league, tend to lost connection. Tend to sometimes play with fun and energy. And I can see that happening here with the Hawks because the Hawks aren't expected to win. They're expected to develop and have fun. That's what it is next season.
Okay, fair enough.
Because this is how I view it as. The teams in the past who've gone from some of the worst teams in hockey to winning the first overall pick, and the first overall pick comes into the team next season, makes a roster, they go in, the team plays a little bit more with a fun style of play, and they tend to put up a little bit more point production. I could see that happening with this Hawks team next season.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I just we'll see. I think that his size is going to finally size and speed are going to finally affect him. Right? And we'll see. So the guys that they're drafting now trend below the 50% mark.
Yeah, I know.
All right, just putting it out there. Right. I'm struggling, man. I don't think I'm gonna make it till 9:00. Matlow says he's gonna die on the ice, Whitney. Oh, I'm gonna die on this hill. If I'm wrong, I'll eat a hat. If he has that career, I'll eat a hat. What did they say about Nail Yakupov? Didn't they say he was a no miss guy?
Nope.
Right.
That was not the statement for Yakupov. Yakupov was on teams do not draft list.
Oh, is that attitude?
I get the phrase going into that draft year of Yakupov was fail for Nail. Well, Nail Yakupov was never viewed as a generational talent.
There we go. He got you.
There, Brian Burke legit said if I was drafting first overall, I would not draft Neil Yakupov in that year's draft.
So Luke Corrick puts out, Paul Fisher is from Chicago and grew up a Blackhawks fan. Now he likes new colors. So rest easy.
Yeah, his brother is in the NHL too.
Yeah.
Believe he plays for he may still play for Arizona. If not, he might have been traded a couple years ago.
Because of his interview, Berkey hated him.
Yeah. And apparently there probably was other GMs who had the same thought.
Was he cocky? Cocky?
Yeah. Yeah. He basically showed up to his interviews like, why do I need to be here type of situation. Bedard, doesn't have that with him. He has the mentality of, I just want to try and make the roster mentality. He's doing everything right. Yakupov was never doing any of that right.
Who are the other big busts?
What?
Who are some other big number one overall busts?
Alexander Digg.
Yeah. And that was like, what, 25 years ago? 30 years ago, something like that?
That was like early 90s, like 93.
93, I think, yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the other main bust. Eric Johnson, you could say he was a bust because you honestly should not have taken Johnson at first overall. But
I don't
that
know if
year
you can call him a
he was
bust.
viewed as but Eric Johnson has turned into one of those type of defensemen who, yeah, maybe you don't take him first overall over the time after his draft, but he's turned into one of the more solid defensemen in his career.
Yeah, I seen a redraft of that year, right, of 2005, I think it was, or 2006. And even in the redraft, they had him still going in the first round.
Yeah,
he wasn't even drafted.
He was still first round caliber. It was the fact they took the wrong players ahead of that were right behind him.
Yeah. Well, that whole draft was, I mean, for St. Louis, you had Johnson, Bergeron, Kana, Drulin, Ryan Turek, Berra, Retro Berra. I mean, only four of all those picks. 2 of them played more than 100 games.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, one guy, Berra, only played 76 games. I don't think he played it for St. Louis. Right? I'm almost dead certain he didn't play for St. Louis.
Yeah, I don't know.
He played his 76 game. He never played a game for St. Louis.
Okay.
He played 35 games for Colorado, 27 for Calgary, 7 for Florida, and 5 for Anaheim. Right, so...
By the way, no trades were made in the 5th round.
Wow. 2 rounds left, just busting through this. Just busting through it. I mean, it's been a fun draft, I'll say that. And hopefully we'll have some fun going through all of this.
Yeah. I still think the best name of the draft is Marcel.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Honestly, I want to know why his parents named him with his last name as his first name.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I do remember some of that with Yakupov. I mean, that's part of the period, my dark period of hockey where I was out of touch. I mean, I had a good 15 years period where I was out of touch with the game because I was so far away from it. You know, stationed in Japan and stationed here. You know, where you just couldn't get. You know, when I was stationed in Japan, they may play the games on TV every now and. It was this. You had pro basketball, college basketball, hockey, pro basketball, college basketball, pro basketball, hockey.
Yeah.
That's like a week, right? So you maybe, I think I would watch 2 or 3. I would get to see like Blues Detroit, Blues Blackhawks, the national type games.
Yeah.
Right. So actually, I had a procedure one day, and when I went home, I got to go. Ship got underway, but I had a medical procedure. They were doing something on my shoulder that was preventing me from getting underway for this little couple of days. So I got out of it, and the Blues were playing, I think, Detroit. So I got to go home and watch that.
By the way, on Twitter right now, everyone's saying Marcel is the best name of the draft.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to go against you on that one.
He's also a big kid. 6'4", 216 pounds. That's a big kid.
Man, I hope I make it to the 7th round.
I will just let you know, Guy, I probably will be hopping off here in a few. Probably after this next Blackhawks pick.
Be honest, I wanted to stay on, but there's only a few people watching, and I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling like really heavy, and I may not stick around either.
Yeah,
maybe I'll do a show later tonight and just kind of wrap everything up. I might do that. See if we got another video or not. Not at the moment. I have to take those videos and see if I can run them through an audio compress where I can take out some of the background noise.
Yeah.
See if I can take out some of the background noise and then raise his voice up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what Montreal does.
Carey Price wishing he got to announce Marcel.
That would have been an easier name, I guess, than David Renbacker.
He looked at that name and said, "No fucking way."
What?
Price looked at that name and just shook his head and said, "No fucking way."
I think Price knew who he was picking and just froze. You could tell he just froze up on the stage. Good thing he never had that real big of an issue when he played in net. That would not have been good.
What was it? I can't remember if it was a hockey team or a football team. They drafted a guy that didn't exist.
That was Buffalo.
The Sabres?
Yeah, that was Buffalo.
Yeah.
The Sabres drafted Taro Sugimoto of the was it the Tokyo Katanas and the 1974 NHL draft.
I gotta look this up. I remember hearing about it, and like the fans were wearing his jersey and shit.
The fans buy his jersey all the time. It's like a legendary meme by the Sabres for doing it. Yeah. Marcel has a great name, and that automatically gives the Blackhawks A rating in their drafting ability. They draft one guy with a legendary name.
I'm looking for their draft record, not finding it right away.
If you're looking at it on NHL.com, you won't be able to find it.
No, I'm looking at it on Hockey Reference.
Oh.
I know they list the drafts. I'm having trouble finding it for some reason. I had the Blues draft. I just need to pick a player that the Sabres drafted. That's who's a player.
They
Colleen, there we
shown it
go.
yet.
Colleen, somebody they drafted.
Oh.
So when did you say it was 76?
74.
74. Let me get down here.
Milton Oscarson to the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, they don't have it listed.
Yeah, they won't because the NHL voided that draft pick. If you go, just type in Taro Sugimoto, Buffalo, and you'll find it. Aiden Celebrini? Is he related to Celebrini for next year?
Well, actually, they have a Taro Sugimoto that plays in Japan in the soccer league. Ah, here it is. It's on NHL.com. The Legend of Taro Sugimoto. The way they spell it is different. 183rd overall pick in 1974. And again, 11th round pick. That's kind of cool. This is an article from 2009.
Yeah. Well, Guy, I'm going to have to hop off here. It's almost 1 o'clock, and I need to get something to eat.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right.
No problem. Did the Blues pick? Not even. I was paying attention to this other stuff. Yep, another defenseman. Matthew Maylock, Canadian from the OHL, 6'2", 187. So now we're going to have a glutted defenseman. Well, guys, I was hoping to go all the way, but it's too early for me. I don't think I can do another round. I'll come on later tonight and we'll discuss everything. If the Blues make a trade or something, I don't see it happening. Guys, have a good one. Oh yeah, be safe, my friend. Be safe. Yeah, I remember that one, Matlow. I think I remember that. Okay, guys, have a great day. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you later tonight, man. Sorry it wasn't a great show. Did what I could. I'm feeling it, man. I need to take a nap, and then I got some shopping and stuff to do. So for celebrate my wife's birthday. So you know what? You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Aloha.